This woman becomes a better version of herself every day, and I'm proud of her for that.
Okay,
She loves who
today
she
here in
is right now
America,
because she is exactly who God
time
created her to be.
change day.
She holds her head high because
change
she is
our time.
everything God says she
We
is.
spring forward. In the spring, we increase the time on our clock by 1 hour. At 2 o'clock this morning,
This woman
we'll
becomes
change
a
our
better
clocks
version
to
of herself
3.
every day,
Either before
and I'm
you
proud
go
of
to
her for
bed
that. She loves who she is right now because she is exactly who God created her to be. She holds her head high because she is everything God says she is.
But you gain an hour of daylight. So that's the way we do it here in America. We spring forward.
This woman becomes a better version of herself every day, and I'm proud of her for that. She loves who she is right now because she is exactly who God created her to be. She holds her head high because she is everything God says she is.
Next week, the 12th, the 13th, the 17th, and the 18th are supposed to be good days for planting.
This woman becomes a better version of herself every
It'll be time to plant here in North Florida. It'll be a good time to plant your watermelons, your cantaloupes, your cucumbers, squash, tomatoes, bell peppers, your springtime garden. Be a good time to plant on those days. Now, we're going to continue on in the Apocrypha today. This is the Wisdom of Sirach, chapter 20, verse 21. One man is kept from sinning through poverty, so his conscience does not prick him when he goes to rest. Another loses his own life from sheer embarrassment and destroys it by senseless expression. Another, out of the embarrassment, makes promises to his friend, and so makes him his enemy for nothing. A lie is a bad blot in a man. It is continually found on the lips of the ignorant. A thief is better than a habitual liar, but they are both doomed to destruction. Dishonor is habitual with a liar, and his shame attends him continually. A man who speaks wisely makes his way in the world, and a man of good sense pleases the great. The man who cultivates the soil makes his heap high, and a man who pleases the great atones for wrongdoing. Gifts and presents can blind the eyes of wise men, and avert reproofs like a muzzle on the mouth. Hidden wisdom and concealed treasure. What is the use of either of them? A man who conceals his folly is better than a man who conceals his wisdom. My child, if you have sinned, do not do it again, and pray over your former sins. Flee from sin as far as the face of a snake, for if you reproach it, it will bite you. Its teeth are lion's teeth, and destroys the souls of men. All iniquity is like a two-edged sword. A blow from it cannot be healed. Terror and violence lay waste riches. So the house of a proud man will be laid waste. The prayer from a poor man's mouth reaches his ears, and his judgment comes speedily. A man who hates reproof is walking in the sinner's steps, but he who fears the Lord will turn to him in his heart. A man who is mighty in tongue is known afar off, but a thoughtful man knows when he slips. The man who builds his house with other men's money is like one who gathers stones for winter. An assembly of wicked men is like tow wrapped together, for their end is a blazing fire. The way of sinners is made smooth with stones, but at the end of it is the pit of Hades. The man who keeps the law controls his thoughts, and wisdom is the consummation of the fear of the Lord. A man who is not shrewd will not be instructed, but there is a shrewdness that spreads bitterness, and a wise man's knowledge abounds like a flood, and his counsel is like a living spring. The heart of a fool is like a broken dish. It holds no knowledge. If a man of understanding hears a wise saying, he commends it and adds to it. A self-indulgent man hears it and it displeases him, and he throws it behind his back. The discourse of a fool is like a burden on a journey, but enjoyment is found on the lips of a man of understanding. The utterance of a simple man will be asked for in an assembly, and what he says they will think over in their minds. To a fool, wisdom is like a ruined house, and the knowledge of a man without understanding is words that will not bear investigation. To the foolish man, instruction is fetters on his feet and handcuffs on his right hand. A fool raises his voice when he laughs, but a shrewd man will hardly even smile quietly. To a sensible man, instruction is like a gold ornament and like a bracelet on his right arm. The foot of a fool is quick to enter a house, but an experienced man waits respectfully before it. A senseless person peeps into a house through the door, but a cultivated man stands outside. It is stupidity in a man to listen at a door, but a man of sensibility, it would over him with disgrace. The lips of a stranger will talk of these things, but the words of a sensible man are weighed on the scales. The minds of fools are in their mouths, but the mouth of wise men is their mind. When an ungodly man curses his adversary, he curses his own soul. A whisperer pollutes his own soul and will be hated in the neighborhood. A slothful man is like a filthy stone, and everybody hisses at his disgrace. A slothful man is like the filth of a dunghill. Anyone who picks it up shakes out his hand. It is a disgrace to be the father of an ignorant son, and to have a daughter is a disadvantage. A sensible daughter will get a husband of her own, but one who brings disgrace is a grief to her father. She who is bold disgraces her father and her husband, and will be despised by both. Unseasonable talk is music in a time of mourning, but blows and discipline and wisdom are always in order. The man who teaches a fool is gluing a potsherd together, or arousing a sleeper out of a deep sleep. The man who lectures to a fool lectures to one who is dozing, and at the conclusion he will say, "What was it?"